Hello everyone, it's Alia, our cake legend, and we're doing another real-time cake decorating video, but with me chatting with you guys. Since for some reason a lot of you really liked that the first one that I did, which really surprised me because I thought the video was a good idea and I filmed it, and then I was listening back to it before I uploaded it, and it was so cringy, you guys. Like, you know the feeling of when you hear yourself on video or you see yourself on video and you're like, oh my god, that's what I sound like? So I've gotten used to that feeling. I don't have that feeling anymore when I edit my own videos and listen to my voiceovers and stuff. But for some reason, that video I made where I was talking while decorating cakes, it gave me that same feeling, and I was like, oh god, this is horrible. But then I posted it and a lot of you really liked it, so I'm doing another one just for you guys. And I'm starting with this Oreo cake because the Oreo buttercream is kind of difficult to get really smooth, and I wanted to use it right now while it's fresh off the mixer instead of having it sit there and use it last, and then it will have even more air bubbles in it and it'll be horrible. So that's why we're starting with this instead of the usual white buttercream. And I just finished all the prep for this video, which takes longer than you'd think. I think I got here about half an hour ago, so it took me about 25 minutes to get everything ready. Of course, the cakes have already been stacked and they were chilling in the freezer. I stacked them yesterday, and the buttercream is already made. I just have to portion it out into the little KitchenAid bowls and add the flavorings and colorings. Someone, actually a couple people, asked what flavors all the buttercreams are, and the pink is always strawberry. The other shade of pink, which you will see today, is raspberry. Sometimes I have purple, which is blueberry. The blue buttercream is always just vanilla, same with the white. Sometimes I have chocolate buttercream too. And I think there was a couple times I used yellow and orange, and those ones were banana and orange flavor. As for the actual cake flavors, it's always either chocolate or vanilla cake with either a strawberry jelly filling, a raspberry jelly filling, or Bavarian cream. This cake here had chocolate and vanilla cake, as you saw, and it had Bavarian cream filling. So I thought it'd be fun to do it like an Oreo theme on the outside. We have this lovely Oreo buttercream, which is so good. And it's just regular vanilla buttercream with those Oreo crumbs that you can buy. I'll actually show you guys. These things, Oreo bacon crumbs, just mixed into the buttercream, and it's so delicious. We have an Oreo cupcake that's chocolate cake with cream cheese icing filling, and then the Oreo buttercream on top. And it's definitely one of our most popular flavors. Oh my god. This drip looks a little questionable, but it's okay. honestly, no one's gonna notice except me because I'm the one doing the drip. To customers, it'll just be like, wow, and it has a chocolate drip. I always have to remember that when I'm cake decorating and I see something that's like imperfect. I have to remember the customer's not going to notice that. I'm only noticing it because I am decorating the cake, but nobody's going to care. Okay, there we go. Let me know how you guys feel about this angle too, because I know some people don't like it when it's just like straight facing the side of the cake. So I tried to make it so you could see more of the top. Wow, so fun. At the end of August next month, it will be 6 years since I started working at this bakery. I started working here when I was 14 and I'm now 20, which is absolutely insane. And I only started here as just like a little volunteer. Should I do full Oreos or half Oreos? Full or half? I think half, because I don't want the cake to be too tall, otherwise it's not going to fit in our fridge. But yeah, one of my coworkers was actually asking me the other day how I decided to do baking as a career since she's close to graduating high school. She's going to be starting grade 12 and she doesn't know what she wants to do after. And I told her that I honestly didn't even consider doing baking as a career until I started working here. Just need it to firm up. Yeah, I always enjoyed baking as a hobby before I started working here, but I never even thought of doing it as a career. Like, the thought never occurred to me. And when I started working here, I remember just immediately, right away, falling in love with everything about the workplace. Like, I loved seeing how the business ran, and I loved like loading the showcase with all the different cupcake flavors, and it just felt really fun and magical. And I actually remember too not thinking that I was going to be working here for this long. I was just thinking like, oh, this is just like a fun thing to do. But then the more I worked here, the more I loved it. And being around the cakes so much, watching the decorators do their thing, I wanted to practice doing what they were doing. So I started practicing at home, and then eventually started taking orders just for like friends of my parents, their coworkers. And then eventually my boss got me to start doing cakes here when she saw that I was getting better. And I just have always loved it. I even remember I did like 6 months of volunteer work before I got hired and started getting paid. And I remember thinking, I'm getting paid to do this? this is amazing. And then when I found out that my high school had that program where I could go to college early and learn about baking, I was like, this is a dream come true. My high school's gonna pay me, or they're gonna pay for me to go to college now and learn about baking instead of doing like grade 11 math. And I got into that program and I did it, and it was super fun. And it helped me finish pastry school and become Red Seal certified by the age of 19. But even now, I still don't know what like my end goal is. I want to continue doing what I'm doing. Eventually I'm going to leave this workplace and go get a bunch of other work experience at other bakeries, see what else is out there. But I don't know if like I want to end up opening a bakery and have like my own place, or if I want to work for someone else. I also want to continue making YouTube videos for you guys and see what happens there. But there's still no like set plan. My plan for the past while was just like finish school, get certified, and I did that. So I did that in March. That's when my program ended and I passed my exam. And then since then I was just thinking, you know what, I'm just gonna relax for the rest of the year, take it easy, not be stressed. Like, I worked so hard since I was 14. It was like right after I turned 14 when I started working here, and I worked every single weekend, every single Saturday and Sunday, all throughout high school. What was I gonna do with this cake? So yeah, I decided to take it easy this year and just have fun and enjoy life. And it's been great. Next year I'm gonna start figuring out a plan for myself, deciding like, what are my goals? What do I want to accomplish? Where can I go to do that? But like I said, that's a next year problem. Usually I just do like the moon shape of rosettes, but I wonder if I should do it all the way around. I'm only gonna do half. I feel like it looks better when it's all the way around if I include little leaves on the rosettes. But I didn't get any green buttercream ready. Oh no. This is the raspberry buttercream. You can tell by the slight difference in color. And I get that color by mixing the regular pink food coloring with a little bit of red and a little bit of purple. The other pink is just pink and nothing else. A lot of people also ask what kind of food coloring we use, and the brand is Chef Master. Wait, is it? Let me just double check. Yes, the brand is Chef Master. It looks like this, and they're just like the liquid gel food colorings. which is not a problem for us since we use American buttercream. However, those food colorings don't work very well if you use Swiss meringue or Italian meringue buttercream. In that case, it's better to use something that's oil-based because it'll mix better with the butter. Let's actually add another few. Yeah, that's cute. And then we're gonna add my favorite sprinkles. Small white pearls and then even smaller white pearls. Let's do Before I make these videos, I always grab just a whole bunch of sprinkles from our sprinkle wall and put them on the side there because I think I might use this, you never know. But then half the time I only end up using like half of what I grabbed because I just do this on like every single cake. Should I do another white one? Yeah, why not? A lot of times I try to do new designs in these videos, or at least stuff that's slightly different from stuff I've done in past videos, but it's kind of difficult to think of new stuff to do since everything has to be in the same range of simplicity and I have to use the same buttercream colors. And we only have so many sprinkles. So sometimes I do repeat things and I worry that it's boring or not as entertaining to watch because it's like, oh, it's one of those cakes again. I've already seen that. But let me know what you guys think. The cake I'm doing right now is going to be white with probably some blue swirls or a blue border or something. And then these really cute star sprinkles that we have that are like white, blue, and purple. And I know I've done this before, or at least some variation of it. I'm pretty sure I've also done this with like a white drip and then the same star sprinkles. And I think it's so cute. Sometimes I'll even be decorating these to-go cakes during the day when we're open, when I'm not filming, and I'll do something new that's really fun and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I have to make this in the next video. Like, this one's so different. Recently, I made a video that's different from all the other videos I've made so far, and that's because it's like an educational video about cookies, and the information in that video is literally like the stuff that I had to study in pastry school. And I thought of doing this new series like almost 2 years ago, I think. And I remember being in pastry school, learning about all this stuff and thinking, what if there was some YouTube videos about this stuff that we're learning, and it was like kind of crash course style, or it was like really fun to watch? Yeah, that's fine. And it was just about all baking science, and I decided I'm gonna do that. And so last year in 2022, I thought that's when I was going to make all the videos, but I never did because I was more focused on actually figuring out what kind of videos I wanted to have on my channel besides those. I didn't have the right editing softwares and things to do what I did in that video, which was like make all these little animations and little drawings. And I also ended up learning a lot more when I went back to pastry school this year. So I'm actually glad I didn't make those videos before I went back. Otherwise I would have been like, oh, no, I didn't know that before. I could have put that in the video. So this year, while I was in pastry school, I was like learning everything, and we weren't learning like too many new things. It was just kind of like making sure you still knew everything that you should know. And I was like typing up my little notes. I'd be typing up my little notes for each chapter that we did. And on the side, I'd be turning my notes into like a little script that I could read off for the baking theory videos. And so the first one I did that I posted a week or so ago was about cookies and the science behind cookies, and like what helps make a cookie really chewy, or what helps make a cookie really tender, or why does my cookie spread so much when it bakes, that kind of stuff, as well as all the like mixing methods and makeup methods and tips on just baking and cooling. And I wanted to make that video first because I remember the first year I was in pastry school, back when I was 16, I think the cookie chapter was like one of the first ones we started with, and I just remember thinking, this is so cool. This is my textbook. It's just full of baking facts and tips on how to make cookies. And I remember thinking like, wow, I can't believe life is real, that I'm learning this stuff right now instead of doing like regular grade 11 courses. And it was amazing. Should I do a purple heart? Actually, I think I'm gonna not do the heart. I'm gonna ice a cake in raspberry buttercream, which I don't do super often, but we're gonna do it today. My goal for the baking theory videos is I want them to be entertaining and engaging enough that like somebody who doesn't bake at all might just like stumble across the video, decide to watch it, and be like, wow, I'm never gonna use any of this information, but it was very cool to learn. And like, it's cool now that I know this stuff. I don't know if that's ever gonna happen, but maybe it will happen. I do have many more I want to make. I want to do a couple videos on chocolate and like where chocolate comes from, how it's harvested and becomes chocolate that you buy at the store, as well as another video that's more focused on chocolate work and how to temper chocolate and the different, oh God, no, no. All the different types of chocolate that's used in the baking world. I want to make a video on quick breads like muffins and scones and biscuits. Could also do one on cake mixing. We could do one on custards. We could do one on sugar work. There's so many videos I could make. Frozen desserts like ice cream. And I'm very excited to make all of them. The only thing is, those videos take so much time to make. Like that cookie video, please everyone go watch it, because I put in like over 20 hours of work. Like 20 hours of sitting at my desk, recording the voiceovers and making all the little drawings that you see on the screen. Literally every single one of those drawings that you see in that video, besides the ones of me, I made on just like a little iPad. And the ones that are of me, like standing there talking and like moving, my sister made those on her phone with her finger. Isn't that insane? Like, go watch it right now. Look at the detail in the drawing of me, and just remember that my youngest sister drew that on her little iPhone with her finger. It's insane. But even though I was putting in all that work and it was taking absolutely forever, I was still having a really fun time, because I think animation is super, super cool. Like, if I wasn't doing baking as a career, I would probably be doing animation or something in the film industry, because I love watching movies so much, particularly animated movies. And I love the animation and the stories and the music and just everything that there is to love. So I thought it was super cool how I'd be sitting at my desk and I'd listen to like the next thing I say in the video, and I would picture something in my head, and then a couple hours later, all of a sudden that would be on the screen, because I made it happen. I took it out of my brain and put it on the screen in front of me and turned it into a video. And I think it's super, super cool. Currently, the video is not doing very great. In my YouTube analytics, it says something like, views are down 50% or 47%, something like that. But I hope that the more I post for that series, the more views it'll get. I think I'm going to do the quick bread video next, while I'm still getting used to this new style. And then I'll work on like the harder videos that are more complicated. I also sent the video to like everyone I know and said, watch this and give me your feedback. And I got some good feedback. If you guys also want to leave a comment on that video telling me what you think, you can be super honest, it's okay. Tell me what you think would make the video better or more fun to watch. and I will make the next video even better. This buttercream is so perfect right now. Like, look at how amazing that is. I'm pretty sure I already told you guys in the last video I did where I was talking, but to get your buttercream super smooth, all you have to do is fill up your bowl like to the top with buttercream and then mix it on the mixer for like 10 minutes on like a medium speed. And basically what happens is the buttercream's mixing for a long time and there's lots of friction being created, and the butter starts like melting a little bit. It gets really soft, and since it's so full, there's very little room for like air to incorporate. And mixing on the same speed for a long time, keeping it like consistent, builds uniform air cells, and the bubbles just get like really tiny, so it becomes super smooth. Of course, after it's been sitting for a little bit, the air bubbles start to like settle and it's not as smooth as it was, but it's still smooth enough that I can work with it. I have this cake and then one more cake on the table. However, I do have 3 more cakes in the freezer. I just didn't want to pull them out in case this took longer than I thought it was gonna take. Since I'm used to just sitting in silence, I'll have like my wireless headphones on or earbuds or whatever, and I'll just be listening to music and silently decorating cakes. But when I'm talking, I feel like I get distracted, and this takes longer than it normally would. There's so many crumbs. How did that happen? Oh, whatever. It's okay. I'm gonna throw so many sprinkles at the side of this cake that you won't even be able to tell. I've been meaning to make a video for the past while of like cake tips, like cake decorating tips that will help you be more efficient and fast. And one of those tips is to not worry too much about little mistakes, especially if it's like gonna be covered up later. For example, like getting the top really smooth. You don't need to get the top really smooth if you're just gonna do this, or if you're gonna cover it with a chocolate drip or something. Like, always think about what the final design looks like, and if you can cover up the mistake, then that's so much better than trying to fix it and then mess it up even more and then get stressed and then cry. We've all been there before. Let's actually do this on the sides. Cute. We'll do our cute little border. I think I want to do another one of those like swirly rope borders. I'll put the purple heart on this cake. So cute. I kind of want to do that like ombre effect where it's like lots of sprinkles to little bit of sprinkles. That's fun. Wow, I really like that. Oh no. Okay, last cake, and then I have other things to do. I think someone once commented saying that they wanted me to do a video showing all the prep that goes into making these videos, like I guess mixing all the buttercreams and stacking the cakes and everything. But I stack the cakes the day before, and it's usually when we're open, so it's very loud and noisy, and no one wants to hear that. And then in the morning when I get here and I'm like mixing the buttercreams and filling up all my piping bags and grabbing all the sprinkles and doing all that, I have the music playing at full volume and I'm just jamming out and getting ready for the day. Though I guess that doesn't really make sense since it'll be like super upbeat music getting pumped up and then an hour of just silent, relaxing cake decorating. But it works for me. And that's my time to just chill and work and be happy. So I probably won't make a video on me mixing buttercream and filling up piping bags. But just know that's what I do before I hit record on the camera. I literally like pause the music right before I'm about to record. But before then, I'll be like singing at the top of my lungs. Or I'll be watching a movie. Because we have this iPad that has like Netflix and Disney Plus and Amazon Prime and like all the streaming services, plus like Spotify and YouTube for music. And it just kind of sits there, and sometimes we'll have a movie on during the day, or we'll be watching like a TV show, and it's just kind of like good background noise. And I'm the kind of person who loves rewatching movies that I already love. So every movie that I love, I've seen at least a dozen times here over the past 6 years. I can't ever like put on anything new that I haven't seen before, otherwise I'm gonna start paying attention to the movie and not my work. Unless I'm like working at the table that the iPad sits on, and I'm going to be working there for like the whole day, then it's fine to put something on that I can pay a little more attention to, as long as it's not distracting. What should I do for this cake? I didn't even think. I just thought blue, that's the last color. How about I do I really don't know. Why don't we do something a little simple? We'll do a border. And then we'll do another border. And then we'll do some sprinkles. Wow, for once I'm actually using all the sprinkles that I pulled out today. I don't like that. Let's do some on the border. Wow, I'm so not looking forward to listening back on this video before I upload it. But I hope you all enjoy the video. I know you'll enjoy it more than I will. Oh no. There, that's cute, right? I like it. All right, everybody. Are we ready to see the gang for today's fridge? I think this one's my favorite. This one or the Oreo one. Because out of all of these, I would want to eat the Oreo one the most. And of course, here's my big mess. This is how much buttercream I used. Yeah. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you later.